We are live. Assalamu alaikum badingol mbal kontona mbal jayla na jiberla kendolo momo sitara dawda mba folale welcome again to our program bimbe diamola menna walan topic o to meyalon ko dal mol meta wala batunna kato ngajele mbe 2021 la kono andun carte fa nyinga manjam fa kotake sanin ku membe o nyama dal mol bela felal ka long kol bitanya de la sako men yalon ko mantara gambia kono men mu diaspora te so ngajela ko sulo dal wo kumata le pour nga mol mutangi kala mutandi kol be keri nyaadi la diaspora fo be carte o faylal bam fo ta fayla ni membe dande ko la so bina kacha be dande ngo silol la saying ni men be masingoto bi wolen terol nin kafu nyomalti kilo mo kekendo membe ono mabakari sise aning Seku Bajo itolle bem fe masingoto so mba fola almume welcome to our program today. Okay, so janimbe wati jamata la nga miranga dung program o kono directly so kekendo nga jelo ko dal mol meta nyinin karol nim fangol lale lafta kalon ne diaspora nyadilam because nyin carte fay tambilal menketa diaspora nga jelo ko dal carte fay buka keno bari santenting comme akun adiam mesongol be duma la ka foko diaspora be carte fay la dol ka fo ita fay la ani wasifal sayen wo kol be la rente nyadilam be bitilo mentot say
Baraka bake Abdullah baraka bake UDP Toki chapter from be konton ni men be platform o jan se ko ni Mr. Sise Bakar yo kana nyinin karo nyido Abdullah UDP ni yaje party oni lota kaje ko pro diaspora e kato ni fay kabrin 2016 in fact coalition of fonsa ko coalition on fon but kabrin coalition on fanan tambita nata je ko mon ko UDP be lod la bambandi ko men to kaje ko mon ko diaspora e kato ni fay ñing dalilo men be ñina wolo ñinti ko mon ko diaspora be ngaje la ko mon ko ka remittance ñi medunde banko ñi kan recently elia mole ko almost 65% diaspora remittance ñi medunde Gambia ñi yeme tande wolo ñindi ko Gambia cannot be Gambia without Gambian diasporians so wo fana kono ibaje la ko diaspora menube Gambia di ngolal muyti wala nyanto lam kaje ko la banku dia nyanto one of the kay la banku dia necessities anila diaspora exercise wala purika idake no lual to men be marala ninke dake no mansal to men yalon ke be marala kate fa be men kon nante diaspora la nyinam kate fa yo ndela personal opinion ni nyinin kala mbay tandi lela ko mon ko mansa kunda mantra par exemple diaspora kato nyim fay andung niya yefana ibe akwo fon kadiamo they put on certain strategies pour ko certain part of diaspora kawodol restrict from being able to vote. This is what they are trying to do. Wale asabu there is a push and pull between IEC and in the government or the GPPA. So diaspora karefe on nyimbenyameng ya put le on paper me alonko wo facilitala through electoral reforms. Kajeko for diaspora be kato fela no feta fela no. And after electoral reforms, of course, at the parliament, more big element yalonko will move president la moled. So there is no guarantee that diaspora will cut off for the entire diaspora will cut off for if they start from African countries lambang will the Malay cut off for diaspora be cut off or only the countries may asa million lonko Gambia ye embassy sotige will never cut off for letter cut off. There is nothing may along cleared out. But the only thing that IEC welcome on for all on call diaspora be cut off. But at what extent? From Bele Bafela Bank, from more than Bafela, this is something may along among clear. And whatever I must say about that probably is going to be my personal opinion. But there is no clarity about these things. Abdullah.
Okay, abarka ba kilo jabe kendo do ke kendo beten plambe jaylawka so mbe flow sambalam kafunyo malkam menketa bakari siseti bakari malon fo nyin kardo fanambe fanambulla wara ila fa fen contribute programme onyinto eton mbe flow di lala bakari sise
sorry na network ko drop taleno but thank God I'm back in yeah ni simbalal no yo ya ye repeat no shortly
nka folo okay nga keken do la diamo moy la jabiro nga nyin ka men na diam to diaspora la ko la comme santenting ma kol man certain folo kol man clear folo ko diaspora ko nyanta carte o fayla la wara ko ta fayla waranto fabe dan comme na africa banko la kambang wara fo nyin banko dol kata continent dol wol fanam dabe ke la nyin carte fayo kono saying malum foyte ku soto jele ye nyin karo soto le bang wara contribution o soto la famen la lawo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Abaraka bake Abdullah nga ke kwendo kontong nga seku fanang kontong aning mo be toki UDP TV and media follow kang toki chapter la discussion nga mo be kontong mo be jubero la ni menu minala mela after. Ye damin to fote woto kumaya ta bake. First nyanta ka men long be nga nyanta ka men fanang songala nga ko nga komfa mo le nyintiko. Gambia di o Gambia di ila ñantolem pour ye dabula ila banko carte fayot ning atare sanjo yasi ne etin yes toto ila ñantolem kan o mila constitutional right leti pour ye dabula carte fayot Gambie bal ni be dabula carte fayot fanan to ñanta ka alo fanan fenne bije men ya lon ko ñanta ka wolle no ma wolle ñanta ka soto folo janni be dabula carte fayot. One of those things, or one of the most important things among those things, was voter registration. Inyanta ka register as a voter. Yela voters card sote blokono. Will be qualify like a carte fayoki. Now, how do you get that voters card? Obviously, ngalon ko IEC like a voter registration conduct. Gambia nding will be down there. Many alon ko ya sanji si ya sanji si qualified. Well, can register 18 years and above. Ning asa Gambia dingo moiti pour voters cards ka pour ke double carte fayoko. But now the issue is when be Gambia ngalo na ko wol tata kelo problem ot wol be register la le IEC be registration of conduct la le be register la le be the voters cards so la ade be inshallah be double carte fayoko. The question now is when be diaspora when be sin Gambia e bantala wol be double no carte fayoko nyaade. What is very important, konga fanya ite dabula no la carte fayo to ate imam voters cards. Ate voters cards to no nang ata voter registration no man conduct. Now, is IEC ready to conduct voter registration for the diaspora Gambia? Well, question not nyanta kamunyeninka. From the look of things now, it is very, very, very unlikely that diaspora Gambians in the diaspora ba carte file. Because ima register for. Now, there are two conflicting information or reports from the end of the IEC. If you go to their website, in fact, I don't know when last website on update. Membela website if you are Gambian and you are resident abroad, you advise you want to take part in the elections in the Gambia. You na to the Gambia. Ila constituency to or ila regional to and you register isajesi dabla no carte fayoko. That's on their website. Or begin. Now, if you go to their website, but now if you go to their electoral cycle calendar for 2021, they said diaspora registration, voter registration will start from on the 1st of July to the 31st. So which of these two mol belano la juma la nyim flol ko nyindo ko ibita diaspora le ka carte ka voter registration do conduct pour Gambia di wona bije ka ye dabla carte fayol. Another information ko if you are in the diaspora you have to dabla la carte fayol, you come to Gambia you register or in your region or constituency ke dabla carte fayol. So which of these two more be mental, more be belief no la jum flow, more be belief no la jumal ko. And as at now, koke can do but afo kanyami. Nim push and pull member between the PPA and then the IEC. In fact, it is not even certain. Yes, ngalo no ka bekela. But when Gambia di won men be inside Gambia be registration, it be register la, much more those living in abroad. So as far as I am concerned, well, the writings on the wall, which are very clear to me, is that it is very unlikely for Ghanaians in the diaspora pre-Dabla 2021 presidential or any other elections, Abdullah.
Okay, abaraka bake law contribution ni law jabir kendola aseni atala akende atafana. So ni umbata jembita Seku Bajo saying comment bakari ning kekendo ya fonyameng ya signal comment na diaspora it is very unlikely purunga karte fay diaspora be ala chancing is very slim. So bari hani saying o matandi ko atekela ferang asekeno ayke bari pura ayke dal wo is very slim mo ma for mo te promise o dino la dal ka for 100% dal abe keno la. But na hatara fana nga bekela iti amera mun kaiti sifal wolle molbe wole tala pour kanyi registration okay men yalon ko be sabatrin diaspora.
Yo, Abdallah, assalamu alaikum. Be mo be kontona etulani kontola. Melben fejang. Te Abdallah la. Aning kekendo. Aning broda bax balbe kontona. Aning UDP Turkey chapter fana be molbe kontona etulani kontola. Aning UDP TV and media. So kamala Abdallah ila nyinin karo men ya fonye akuma tabake. Because ntol be mu gambia tingolti melbe sabatin gambia ani me diaspora. So nyantola muti pour nganda dum politiko kono na nyantola fanamu pour nakate foyo kunyanyi kanda dum kono ala Kenya yendo. So kamala ndebe umar nyinin kala wala kekando nyinin kala kuma dantanna ning ayata no diaspora nyanaka karte foyo ke sai malo mun kaitide beji diaspora nyanaka me use pour ka karte foyo kala ida be voters card use la bang wala foy be passport la use la kadun jama biji ni ka tama enim passport kata enim voters card do biji ina kata do biji na manta so la fa ke ni ka kuma kala luwa munafo banko luwa munafo kayti jumala mo nyanna ka me use ni ngata no be bantala pour ko carte fayo kala anim fana fo luwa biji fana ba me yalon ko ayen tul balandi pour ton be diaspora pour kana carte o fay so lafa ke ñinin ka ñin kuma kan lella abaraka bake Abdallah.
Okay, abaraka bake kekendo ngamere ya moy nyamen ay ñinin karo le fay kambitum be la jabe robatina.
Okay, Baraka Bage, Siaku, thank you so much for that. Yela Kumbayata, because Ninga Katafum Bejuwe, we just want to make sure that diaspora Gambians vote for 2021. Okay, Pruka Datinang Siaku Damontofo. Gambia la luato mibije as long as na constitution is concerned for now, momo ya lonko mu Gambia dingolati. Ninkate fay wado jinsita ise kaitol militano pour yela kato ni ya faino. Follow mention yata beti obekala alkalo la attestation olati wo menu be Gambia wolle senyin keno alkalo irisano alkalo yale ininke ba lulu pour woli cede kayta ndi ko mo Gambia no lati IEC ye mon fonyina wolo nyinti ko be specific templates solde dali be mention all these people so ba yela ko ke be kala ka safroke on those templates pour ba yela ko like alkalo bela attestation o seke siva kilometer. It ni mango fana soro no ni bulugaro be buloko you can use that wallanto yela passport oda wallanto yela ID card ta. So but now coming to your question directly many alon kemo ke be bantala mang alkalo soro bantala ngana embassy le soro bantala so ni many alon ko lokita itata bankol many alon ko Gambia embassy soro yela. I think and I want to believe that ning alkalo se attestation wa keno kamola banku di yanyin kaitande because molbe banda la men yalon ko fanan be yele ke la passport banta e expire e me la passport ke me renew no, but I want to believe that hanila passport expire as long as you are a Gambian, that expired passport should be able to allow you to register and vote together with ning embassy balla banko kan wala attestation no. They can IEC can do this, they can do this because ning alkalo se attestation okay no. Now the official representatives na banko meni alon ke bento yala they can also do the same. Pour Gambia dingole meni alon ke bige imang Gambia kay tol soto ila passport filita ID card te bulo ko je kabrika dam ID card ni bulo kay tol be du so kono la. IEC should try to make some kind of arrangements meni alon embassy bige Gambia dingol meni bige for them to be able to vote. Wonya naka keno le. Momo yalon ko ila passport be bulo ko ne be banko dabendo isi yala wo passport ni na be valid. I want to believe that wo passport ni isi wo use no le nin kate fa wado yin sita pour ye kate o nyim fay ye kate o nyim fay. So but now the point is IEC going to be willing or able to go to those countries pour molie kato nyim faye. This is the point. Nyine mu point nyende anu ko nyine mu dula dam dialon ko mu mang certain jela. For IEC bit ala bankol kan ni bankol to pour molie kato nyim faye. This is the point. But momo yalon ke be bantala ila passport be bulokono. Passport be bulokono je ibe banko to. Nin carte bo faylo banko kayte you should be able to vote as a Gambian citizen. You should be able to vote.
Okay, mbe do jansula ila kuma kan kado la faje. Comme IEC la mbe la interview do la moika social media. Ya tande call dal not every Gambian me alon ko they are living outside will be able to vote. Ikonya di cartoon dalila dantan be bolo yemen sinya wala dal comme ni fanko ni dal ya start recently comme ni diaspora registration anim fangol. So ni start recently ya tande la comment dal ibe assignmento they are doing collecting the statistics kadeta ni collect anim fanam dula dol bije la men yalon ko dal mo dantan na bije misal fe isa fono Gambian no men bije a dango do ata bakele. So ka silo muta kata forward lato me alon ko Gambiano man siaje wala budgeting anim fenkol dal inyanta ko be allocate la fenke so certain dal imang certain dal comme katande ko dal okay everybody everywhere in the diaspora you are going to vote dal imo fenke be stage mento wala ka statistical nyin kole ka jibe budgeting anin ko be keno la nyadila anin interview nyum fananto ya folo comme budgeto nyin dal among finalized coming officially ma muta ya publicized officially dal but hanik kabi molie approximation also dal ka tande ko dal nyin nanka molam budget comme be men dundi la nyin diaspora registration on in carte file ko nyala but atem fo dal wala dal officially imang fanko nyin publicized dal so la faka wala la file ko mo kan wok semba ko la ngani karkil na soto membe
janni bi dal I just want to come in there.
Okay.
Ni mange excuse the IEC block no. IEC and the government, they are not serious about diaspora elections, diaspora voting. They are not just serious about it. One of the reasons Mayor Sabu Adambaro not into power, it is because of the obstruction ya jamme mange pour electoral reforms ni kawo mura ka kuntu mona tema. That is one of the reasons pour Adambaro in Amasakunda. In 2016, up to date, IEC should be able to collect those data. Most of the Gambians, many alonko, past election in Mankato final, and many alonko be bandala. Ning ayata nunko, they were really serious about this. IEC should be able to complete every scrutiny about that 1 year prior to the election cycle. Because IEC knows the huge tax involved. Prokajiko kawo statistics to base on kawo data collect no. IEC should be able to do this since last year. By now, IEC should only be thinking about when to start the process. But the financial cost and some of the logistics, many along, like the logistics problems, IEC can move for science and thing, those shouldn't have been an issue. The government is really interested for diasporans to vote. Yes, I will agree with you. Banko dol bege many along most of our monan bege. Honey, developed countries, many along la banko dol bandala. They cannot go everywhere. So, but science is already coming to be late. Pour IEC yo be Jubeno, Bankudin Jalabe Senegal, Bankudin Jalabe Germany, Bankudin Jalabe Komurshani. It will be below the science because they're in a rush. They cannot make a specific decision pour Kajako below science center. So whatever they say, is just going to be an illusional thinking pour Kadimola, but at a specific facts. In fact, Bankodul Bakatwa Fela Mialonko, more than Tambe Walto, Dina Bankodul Mankatwa Mialonko, Mujama Babe Walto, or 5-6 times more than Banko Mekatwa. So these are some of the issues. IEC is not serious about this, and the government is not willing for Gambians to vote in diaspora.
No, mambala wala comme yemen fo toñala santen tindal wonyanta ka tara la IEC e kol muta e sartol ning luwal kol nyanta kata nyame yanta ka be muta ya finalize anim fane ya se ya muta ka bawa ka publish la website odo because mo jama ke la website o jiwela bor ni tata je pour ya lon kol nyanta ka nyame aning membe danding sartol ning luwal la diaspora la election o ila website o dal mo sa fay bu ka fenji je dal so malon foyto le ka jiwela foy bu ka jibe dal bot na ba nyama dal comme ila statistico ya tandi nya be data you collect come from other countries, member like UK, Sweden, Germany, Qatar, USA. But even though that being told Lafaka more information sort of about this diaspora issue, may alonko it all and the National Electoral Commission too. So more you cannot get any credible source. Men yalonko is more than their website because that will be from the first-hand source from them. So itata jidal ibuka information o soto jidal tenga jela ko dal definitely ning abe tembo men to malo nyaade bara amuluntala la be late kana do man dal because ngajala comment December manjam fa kota kardantan nabe men nin carte fayotima so natara diaspora be carte o falal tonya banku jelle be kering anu o fankol wati jumale bitaje so be more compile la nyamen iba kol be kelamin tole well definitely it's not an easy task so by now it should have been done I agree to what you said but amulon tala dal imam wo pare ke dal pour ka je ko dal ning ya lon ko banko jumal lang aning fankol men ba fayla aning men ta fayla ka luwal bondi ka mol sensitize nyanta ka kenya nyaadi le membe dandi ko la dal so when mira ba kala so o semba ko la ngani kardo so kama yemen fo dal al kalo la attestation o dal because niya jibe alkalol ma mera ye mobe skute me yalon ko to leba sabatring ila dinkirato wote kenola most fo mol sitara je men yalon ko dal imam fello ila ko te nene meje fam so nte sinano misal fe ko alkalo e mujandingol to watara manka jandingoti katu ngakka ngoni mole meta jande nga jang ila adol nin chosano nin kolbe kata manyama so nim ku membo nyama tata alkalo ya nkai nte mujandingol ti ngamo kilin soto don teri mamme an ko meta jande na e nyolonne sanko ay taje do am back so niwo fanam mutata aketa mo corrupt ngote wo sin te mutala en back no ayen sinya kata alkalo ya katande ko ntemo banku ni ngolte misal ke wata mankati so alkalo la attestation on te so sotono bari mumunati manke banku ni ngote so woyatina lente si tanko sotono access sotono pour ka election ke bam wo ko dal manje fa hambake wo ita mera wo could it be more reliable
Abdullah follow mbe adati la damento alkalo la attestation no in normal circumstances silolo me alon ko aka banku dingul makoy be kati wonu fayno okay but it's saying ni nata na molla alhalo jibe nyina ya sabun adama baro wanted to use power ka alkalo threaten ka jeko alkali alon ko mantra mansa fasa akan ibe bondile la mansa ke alkali a palaso to wallando chef ya lon ko mantara mansa fasa kan ibe bondile la chef ya palaso to la there is a very good reason for that yoke dalilo la kama one of the reasons because comme on ka fanya men rek mom fo mo fe ya lon ka kete ya jamala jamano electoral manipulation they are going to use the same strategy pour ka je comme ko ka test so alkalo jamabi je dolbe kono mini alon ko sainte be landing because of president ka threat ni mendila alkalo la attestation no ning banko dingul mallo sembola bawo ko ning yata nun ko ebita ala ka attestation alkalo ya enum sedo nyana katale sedi lulu kebal ning alkalo meta sute ko ite mu sate dingulati ate possible la no alkali man wok sate kebal ite ning kebal min be wuluta sate ko no fal be kebata ge fo se wol sute ko wol mu banko dingul so ni wol seda ndo nyin kenyen na drunk alkalo nyin ka accept. This is the condition. This is the condition. So wala sa abu saying membe wo danano pour ka ko mul kan register men yalon ke manke gambia dingoti fo banko dingol sate o dingol men bige wolel se la banko di yani yakan ibakan la nyaadi le moti ne kam yalon ka manke sate dingoti ay samana ngay kuma di pour ira alkalo ya yete ta fani ya faye kay tan ko mu banko dingol te nyanna ka carte woni faynole ite ke ba fana yebula no kan ko ina yeta yede ya sede ya banko di ya nyanto la woti anu banko kanol fana modi pour ko balangoto la ila banku kanola wodi pour ka balangota because election is very critical. Election no ndola Africa ngaji la kaknyame. It becomes a do or die game. Post electoral violence ngaji la moment nanga mokafa. We don't want that to happen in the Gambia, and we don't want that to come through the foreigners. Malaf wo fana na puru na ndol fong la daji ko nyin anim fong la ke baro nyin fana fayo ko fong sabu because nimbi nde be sirin kena basa do ko no misalve ngamo je me yalon ko kunun ko la ma bot nang Sweden dingol mati tuwabo wallanto Senegal dingol mati Senegalais ngaje anata sato kono ay keba lulu ay kodo di keba lulu pour ya samba alkalo ya kedete register nte niyo betu lagi baranta manta wo alabula pour wo registration ye keno mbaje la ko mo ka ko woni ay labam police but wolungo wo registration it is not going to happen so ning Gambia dingo be amuta wonyama because ning atata duta wo Senegalais men ke register ning atata duta Exactly. So this is the point. Abdullah. So nyim fu banko di wole salo ya jeko momo yalo ke manke banko di muti kane ke regisano na alkalolo ye ke je palaso la kam ye ke je jiko la kam ye keje sate wala jiko la kamma anin banko la jiko fo alkalo se o jiko nyine muta ye kuke me yalon ka nyanta alkal ya mu kangolati anun bunya balla fana made so mbe wol fana dan la wala momo yalon ka nati kan sate ko na manke sate di moti hanning ameta siringele ilim mola sinyo ya kawo jibe ama jara yela banko bula problème ko
anyway ni sifa dol wol si sort out no na tara misal fe alkalol be database so soto men yalon ko be kol mutale ya cross check katande ko ni monan kam men be sabat ni kari ni korda kari kono ni bun kari kono me al ko database o dal ba be jibe la bari ngamera nso ke lundo la kachate dal na tara wo soto non dal wo be ni problem ol be solve no la ta jarna misal fe ya fo inin ke ba lulu yeta warat ke ba tan ni alon ko be kele stego tele pour kanyum ko mutaka ka makato bay bari nso ke na lundo kachate dal na dungo kono bake.
Yeah, I want to come in there apply. Coming keke ndo ka nyimem fote lem nying mbenying sabale nga jamfani nga sa after the last government ma nga remember previously ni tata registration for a voter's card despite in alkalola attestation nata or in birth certificate nata you still have 5 elders from the village including the alkalo or plus the alkalo menu kakarasiri wala fanan ka confirm ko yes ni mu banko dingol ti ñin saate o dingol before the bela card voter registering process la. Now it is the previous government mayor bondi for reasons best known to them that ko ni morning hananing attestation nata or aning birth certificate nata or aning ID card nata amari man need proof ke balulo ya a confirm ko sate dingulo wala sate do as long as a national document nata inyanta ka voters card dial. Now but the question is mo jelle ka vote na national ID card soto menu manke banko dingol. I'll give you an example.
Okay, ya may ito lang adungo da hana tara misal fe luntangol member sabatren banko kan wol kanying national ID card soto but ntanga jikida wo fatam fanso nyanta tar la je me yan ko banko dingol anim banko ding men manke banko dingo te luntangol member sabatren je membe la ID card model ka fatam fanso nyokan because mamere be hani la ka ID card di wo nyama do ma tande ka sinya ko nying to nya te wuluta janna banko dingol nyindo dal abe sabatren janne bara manke banko dingo te ngamera wo nyanta katara je la dal
ha wonyenta kajitara jere parisa ni man sakunda ya bonde what is the IEC going to do? You know, remember IEC like a voter registration on your conduct but then ka conduct fanang at katama ni luwa like sa ni man sakunda ya luwa manati ko as long as ngoy in documents or produce here amari man need to go through that interview or that process like a confirm whether a Gambian or not. I'm giving you I was in Gunjur around, I think in 2004, 2005. Nga sunkutoje omuso I can say. No be siri dame na bi jele be siri be kachala. Ayala Gambian national ID card board. Kabra o kai di ba ntama amuso ni to be honest at start, but kabra ni menu bije woli yalo because I'm not a native of Gunjur. Do kai ko ite nying ID card so nya later mambo Gaeta Manke Gambian or just from Casamasia, like Nitata Katong, then you cross over the Casamasato maybe Yokaeta Botawol. How do you get the national ID card? What she said was it will be a sato to mol nata ye process new conduct, register ye kato dealer, and then they were called in to come and join kato process and she got the ID card. Now let's look at it. Dingo ninte dingo walete dingo apply wol sinyo saba man se ala le Gambia ko wala wo fa woni te fa sinyo saba no man se ala le Gambia ko. Who do you blame for that? That's not the IEC. If it
Mosa ko dal menye corruption okay nyanta ka wol blame menye luani londi wala fa nyanta ka blame ka to mon nyanta ka jala ko dal e manya nakata momo ena banko kandoron wara yeta e walingi la dinkirato na ID card mota yadi la wonyama katun nimmo ID card so woy muna tandi ina kanyanta fengo be la banko kanne comme ya fo nyamen doron asina ya fenka e lo man sa yala fo me halon ko dal wo mu kulati mo nyanta ke hakiloto dame ite mira doron moy na ay bobanta doron ay na je dinkirato ay al maraje o mu kulati dal nyanta kan na mo nyanta ke hakiloto men na katu
yes
na banko dinya abela ko ka wole wa fidal.
Let me finish there. Okay. Who are you going to blame Kowole Kaitodia? because the lady never said immigration only there. Maybe she doesn't even know the immigration. But I mean for the who are those people? You might know multi-million la sado ke register ka ID card. Now, from solution on yanta tarla nundame wole ning ata no mansakul the former government ya bula nung IEC la procedure benu nyame. Inata even with your ID card you want a voter's card, you ning 5 elder soul member searing and the alikalo will still have to check whether you are a citizen of that village or town or city or not. Then ibaje lako ni woki ni utranunje then will back confirm makani de nying amamboja I ning kaito soto nyale then people will know nying kaito mol balon na ko nying kaito soto nyame or amanke banko dun but ni ko dolonko let's leave it open. Anyone who comes with the ID card, the birth certificate or the passport imanyang kamari nyininka any other question bari I documento bondi just give him or her the register card, the voter registration card. So we cannot entirely blame the government, the IEC. Blame nyantala damento blato walling the government. But now yes, the IEC can also do something. Itolle kake, itolle mandate pro kake, itolle la do koma. If the government wants to come with such policies or lual pro leka, if an see fiti no le pro yekana. But like nini luana fenkuo kuna te ya jurume karek ya embrace wholeheartedly yes ya can definitely more bafla ko if an ambilla fingala le sondingala.
Okay, ñinin cardo ben tabul dal malon fo seko so sambano seko bajoka comme ngamo ele dal ñin carte fa abina kanne ku jama foto je comme ka foko ñin carte kesol mbe wala tala dol ka fo be ñin kayto la tala ba falinal yake kaytoti ngaw ku fulol mo ele dal bitung malon santenting IEC be tembe da mento dal ye decide tamuna la dal foy be carte kesol la dal foy ba falinal yake ñin carte kaytol ti dal.
Okay, Abdallah, ila nyini ngaro kumara because be voters card da kumo fala afana problem wonde ba nyi ndefe nyina fana grawta la problem grawta dina opone because ntol data men na Gambia wala mpuka bereki sota puka fay so ninsa yi ko bo bondila den yenyin do samana ntiaje ko e mulbata bakale anim fana hana be kala fana anyina kala wato la puka molo trainala janni ba flako mbedum nanyen 2021 fankon because mol jamala beje me alon ko dol beje non da karamoto dol beje hani dara karamoto fana e mandali nyin sifana pour ko faham dino nyinna abe ko yala bakale abe wati jamal tala so kamala aman koy mabake ibe men kilim fana yusla bari jikobe dawanto wala mu commenting ila faka nyim bereke ta fayo nyin ila fako bulala ika fam bani abula dek abe gambenol batadile man akoy aman koy ma ibe men folota bari na jikoto ila faka bereke se fayo nyin bulala so o bereke se fayo ni abula abe gambenol batandale because halin ton men be jang diaspora meya experience amansia sakora ko kunon kolo so kamala ni tendenta nun nyinna min president election member ba walingante na bero fay wala system ni fali wala next presidential election ntela miro anyana ka kawle nyama isaje ko police tili ba nyaya masa kunna be nyinkara ndara jikyoto iman le fanna anin la fa man la fi tilngo man la fa sutula kati fo nyina anim bora men fana ko mbe do wandi mala ki balu wasamna ya kumayandi mol ka kayto sutule me ya lonko amanke silo kanti ise moje ay kayto sulo la do me am kana hanim funta wala ikansa bar sa ni ko yete bura kene bala misal wala yete bura bari busal kenye ikansa so bari busal kenye ko ki balu lu bonnam bari busal kenye ni binana inule na ya olia sonko ite mu o sate dingolti ya lo je ke ba bonna yo ke ba me alon ka da fu manke banku dingoti iko ino sate dingo moti so be ko dala so o kuma da bakere nte fana lato ko nyina bakere and nu ko tala wala fana be diala so nyina kuma kanti ngamen soto Abdallah.
Okay, abarka wa kese ko ilo Jabir Kendola nga moyle asahayata betata. Ntanga mera dal comme pour man sakunda yin système o bonde ka tande ko yeke ba nani yeke ba lulu waranto tanfan ke bonde kana mo mutaka sede ya. Ntanga mera o système o dal na banya ma wonyanta ka faline because nya jibe dal ya banko dol jibe men yalan ko be develop kan wara develop tal fa pareta ni kanyim fen ko le cre ni database sol me anko atajar la fan yeta nyim fen to mando o kebal fan be hajol sot le betal la kodo do bar foy so bula kana nyim fen ko to andung yalo ne iko mo hadama di momentima ni adundi fen ko no dorong asa kata nyaw nyarande pour katiling bar jenko sidun no jela asila fi amal la fe so nin ko membo nyama dal niyo muta ye system o nyim falen yeta nyin electronic system wala tenga mera nyim problem jama men mba face consultant nyin bitilo la wal jama be bola silo kan nyin corruption o betalala nyin fendol betalala le bar hani kabi dal be nyin system o me use kan tamo faham anyway ngaw bula je fulundo bari hani kabi be nyin karo nyin ba a continent la malong atol dem suggestion to wala le muna sotal be man adla je kekendo kata bakari sise nin diaspora la fanko nyin fa ba kala kayto ti bang fo abe kala mabul solati wala nyin carte ke solti dal alla miro lobe je nyaadil
okay Abdullah mbe murla ko madumandi yala kam fani kacha be diare ka be mu ka bam fola se ko ni bagati dam to mananteng comme ko ni alkal attestation on fana jibe okay ni na Gambia standard jibe mo jama balli bi men yalon ko mo ka ID card fu nyini because yi mu ka ID card nyina na fa nyi fon long for example momi alon ko mon ka tabe siren bato ngam ngunda ma fonyila okay wo mo ka fundi fonye bantal o ka fonye dam malato wo ni ko weko ID card nyini aba fle mbe ID card la ko nyina mun nen ni kay ko passeport nyina akoy ko ndam ko tama me passeport nyina mun dala so ibaje lako yin administration fana to certain extent ka suni anti Gambia dingul be male pour be carton ya fayno. But now, puri be a fine fana, of course, ye elemental on every society, ye elements if I can use le purka system on abuse. And this is exactly what has been happening in APRC government. This is exactly what they are planning in this government. Ule asabu, siya kuya mamfo, bango nyin kakanu aninke ba nyin prayatiling alkalo aninke ba ben bese den rokela. For wala say la banko di anyin kanu. Wala say la banko nyin kanu andi nyelo ni nyin fana nako kasi fayo Africa banko kang amunyineti like ngam fontan ka puru kare fay ko la mo jama bakara on kana fay ni wala manke fendi fokate fay kuya wala to ngakate o fay moy win be nga si ko rek ngata banko kanin kayro la ko na balu wetenden kate fay mo nyinati sako nyi 2021 kate fay nyi be nyamenten ka bu wallet is a do or die game. Any foreigner may alon ka be interfere in Gambian election, really we are not going to accept that. And many fole banko tundo dol bige wuli nyin dat la kablem bi yel alkalol safe ye won sate dingol kayta ndila ko ni lafte ni sato do go keno sato banko la loi menti bola kala. I can tell you that. I can definitely tell you that Gambians do not want to take the sovereignty for granted from anyone, actually, from anyone. So niwo fanam botaye albe ni joyi moto men fokanen pro IC ye interrogation on fanan keno. Hani ayatla nun fango IEC could work with the immigration authorities. Kajeko, at least we have so many immigration authorities. Yajeko damento yalonko is a possible threat for them. Walanto yajeko damento yalonko foreigner siatjele tundo nyinkane. Ye immigration officials somebody during the registration. Kajeko they can do some kind of interrogation. Itata Gambia imang kangomoy wale may botosado bondo ibita genya dile mobile dolong. Those short interrogations they can do all those things ni momoje. You believe you might not be a citizen, or they suspect it because na Gambia ngajelo ko na name sol benyame mula name sol benyame. So name je me along it is kind of weird to you. It is not a discrimination. It is a way of doing your job properly. Hani jangka jela, hani atobe damanto kalka jela. Sometimes is that a certain office like
okay, no jela. Ninna ta nyin name la ko Karola, katong sang ngajela ko da citizenship mosa acquire no in many ways that. So
that's
those
right.
Keno put water and call. So ni kan mo ataka na tola dal. Tumando wasina keno nyo wali quality. Asina dun wakona. Do iba try kene kila sovereignty, kila banko muta, kila banko dinya muta kata manda nyama. bari incanga jiki dal to nyin dal wo manya naka ke fon kote me yal ko dal ibe mo attack la ni wala kaja ko dal fo banko dingol fo paman ke banko dingoti because sign intermarriage nyim fongol wolbe ko kono andum eta fo no la moy gambianol ke to la tol men na dal itebe dingo ware be la mo to la wadam man la dal
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, more say in a different way. In fact, I don't think it should be a discrimination in immigrations because they are doing this thing occasionally. So if immigration should call you, like we want to believe that you're not a citizen and you can explain. In fact, that's a very good chance to explain. And then all those things, since if you are married legally, you should have proofs to those things. And alkalo mumfanayalong komungo kabel should know that you married to a Gambian and how long you've been married to that Gambian. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Bankulam tumande kaje lekata airport or prika cross ini mall katara yonoka imuka wo mall hani mo pillo di purke saj wala ndo purke nyinka certain questions la but it doesn't mean that they discriminate you, but they are just suspicious about you, and that's suspicious to be cleared. So wala sabi kay nyinka kakabangod la beto la kakadula beto le wala sabi ndi Gambia kay kaje ko mongo alkata la siring kay de bela ko da ko ne be siring nyi do wala ko da ko na be siring police le na ko yenu nyi do la ko da ko no ya tan la ko mongo no suspect the final jam purke saj, and that's not a discrimination, but they're suspected. So I think it is a protocol. It is a protocol that we should follow to add more weight to our sovereignty. We jealously guide it. We jealously guide it. It is a way because in fact, immigration will be foreign jamale besilan na kaje ko purika futa wo point nito jama bale besilan na purika je ko mo yefuta wo point nim fondo because they know that there is an interrogation and they have a problem. But Nigo, okay, now, Alinga direct, IEC officials do not have any right to question how you get that paper. It's only for an because there's no question. Only thing they want is you present a document that will enable you to have a voter's card. But new interrogation will be handing few people. Many foreigners it hangila Kenya lo jono. Jang jumalinga mata ni be banku din kaite fewla wale kada kade fewla kwete ta kaita jono. Hanni dolo min kaita kala. Because the consequences there, they will know it. They have the electronic systems. So we must also put on some mechanisms. So that's the point I want to say actually.
Okay, Nyajibe dal comment on la Gambia ke
Yeah, I also want to comment.
Just 30 seconds. Na Gambia ke bal bije jama bije beta batale. Misal fe lun lun tango nata ke mutal ye jia ye londe ku ye fenke sai nin ku membe o nyama ite keta lun tango de inata inin o alkalo nyinga lewo teria kendo nyin sodo so ite amera dal ni ku ye attestation o safe katun la fa nyina kala inate mo be diaring ate mo mutala safe easily bang a sinya ko dal ite mo banko de ngolte hana tara banko la loi ko misal fe inyanta ka sanji lu la ke jang e tolti o dieno dal because mbe ka jela Gambia misal fe yemo dingo futu dal ay se woten dorong ay ta ay kene bakatan kuntu ya muta adila sa na tara woka keno nyindo fana nilin nun tawna ta nin alkalo temo nyin diata dorong amman korlo mutala ya safiya sinye den ay ta pour ya tande ko dal nyin banko kayto nyin so men kata ID card to wara passport nyin dal so onte dal nyin system o dal ngalo na abetiata wala na fen ko de bon nin kol kata nyam problem wol kata nyam nyanta kan system wol mutal nga upgrade wo nyama so only solution tell a mirror lot and na jero to da wala nga cool mutanga electronize that.
Well, for the benefit of this election,
secunda mantara in engage in electronic fankola dal. There are many potential government men need to muta ya design no ya that very easily. But why are they not getting involved in it? That's the question I don't understand.
Well, Abdullah, I just want to say this back. Sorry, let me just come to this point. Definitely, Gambia should go away with traditional ways of registering people. In fact, everybody should be assigned an identification number electronically. Your details should come, where you were born and every other personal details about you to verify your nationality. I 100% agree with this. In fact, I want to use this opportunity, Jang. This is one of the priorities of UDP government. This is one of the priorities of UDP government. Wala sabong Taliban suda ya kumasi kake doman in the Gambia because municipalities la stationary laws they try to implement this to assign numbers to the compounds. So now now if you assign a particular number to a particular compound, you can equally easily assign identification numbers right from that compound, you know, towards the other parts of the country. So this is one of the priorities of UDP government. Kajeko Gambians and Gambians' details are electronized. In fact, even the electronic way of doing business is one of the priorities of UDP government. So Gambian will pre-ajeko yenyi nyemasakunda furo ke bondige. Then in the next election, we can start thinking about all those things. Probably in the next election for Basila, in fact, after 2021, all these things can be done. These are simple things that you can develop. You just need few experts to come and work together as a team, and they build a good system for the country. But Adam Barula government, in fact, so that these people are not serious. Abdullah, 2016, Wumul Menu Befara, you mean Besara, Solosana and the crew, Lawyer Dabo and the crew. You will Besara Munala electoral reform. Electoral reform. So all those things are going to be a past. Without supporting the government or supporting the government, your tendency to be working in the government is going to be a history of past. Electoral reforms. When last do you hear Adam Barrow and the government talking about electoral reforms? It has never happened. You know why? Because they are selfish. To them, that is going to be a disadvantage to them. I'm forgetting that the system that your cohorts died of should be a system that you should protect. So this is the point. They will never go through that point, because you know why? Nyimma sakunda momo bige ibe syndrome osoto le bele syndrome osoto. Ibele syndrome osoto. So they will never even think about this. Dol Gambia no let's say right news soto no purka jeko kanyi masakunda bay na masakunda do kamana to put things in place for betterment of the Gambia, Abdullah. So Bakari, maybe you can take over. I'm so sorry.
Thank you very. It's not a problem. Just not to add, I think this electronic thing applied the name for Kenyan database sort of thing for the citizens of the country. Akumayata Bakel. But again, manyam fanang the type of country we are talking about here, Gambia, a third world country. Yes, efforts to kakele. Ka make so ko kusifal sike no nyamin from the central government come keke no nyamin talbi start nyamin, you know, that's a good thing. But you know, going back a step or two, apply the kind foko ke ba lulo men foteng wala nim foko men foteng. I believe, in my own opinion, then I believe ko momo inata ka register for a voter's card inyanta tambila through some form of interrogation or questioning, or let's call it a semi-interview. Akumayata bake. Because Gambia Kaito is sad to say, sorry to say, but Gambia Kaito Moluma Muta Fenti. You can get it anyhow, anytime, anywhere till after. I'm saying this because maybe, okay, Sekou and maybe you apply Atol Salong, I'll deal with a lot of Gambians or things here. But many Foleko, even in here, I've come across 4 people, many alonko na Gambia Kaito be able, and definitely, no, 3 people, many alonko na Gambia Kaito be able, and manke Gambian. And I met another one, me alonko, ako Gambia dingole lafta kala Kaito wafal. Who me alonko atefana manke Gambian. So, coming kekendo bota mem fo kante, ntol Gambia dingole la fauni nyantaka na banku di nga God jealously. Na Gambia Kaito may protect, na Gambian identity may protect. Let's take a look at this. It is a Gambia passport rota. Just because you want $100 or $200 or $300, yela Gambian passport ta ya wafi moma a non-Gambian la nankoro ite la kodoso. That passport may yo di wala di or your passport so sa bala in possession. Do you know what that means? What is the meaning of that yolo? Or vitamin kilo passport. Let's say that person goes to Gambia with that same passport. He is as good as a Gambian citizen because Gambian passport or babu local. He can take part in your election. He can decide for you, and he can even in one time or they want to even rule over you. So that's why ni nata election la Carola. I am strongly in favor of ning question ning elder solomeno katara sirinji ke mari scrutinize ke question ke la banku sate di ya wale la banku di ya kisi polo jani be voters card soto. That's very important. The second part of academic to ma before somebody else nang well I able to say ko di ning ka kan na marbles or paper ballot thing that they are talking about. Yes, the world is changing. And Gambia Fananyantale can change. That's very true. In fact, everybody wants a change, a better change. But in my humble opinion, not marble soul to follow for this 2021 elections. The number of 2021 election will call before 2026 presidential election. Ibajala IEC be gambale sotola ka voter education kokono ka sensitization kokono ka mol karandi on how to use those ballot papers. But it's like for one reason or the other, the IEC is hell bent on introducing this paper ballot. If I mean, one of their members, Kafoko, Ning paper ballot might introduce this year, he is going to resign. And then another senior officer or the highest authority in election house, or Kafoko, no ballot paper, no election this year. What is there becoming for money? There is something there, man. Tell me for money. Why?
Something behind that.
If I introduce Kansan,
of course, like Ning Bangkok develop.
Let me complete your apply.
All right.
Bankome Yalonko, you have more than half of your population. Nia safe eta karan no. Hanie fangol to safe ya diles eta suti no. Niko ita bo sifa introduce la within this short period of time. Pro etama. Definitely it is going to be fail. It is going to fail. I fail completely. So in my opinion is this 2021 elections, IEC Banco Blanga continue with marbles. Then before 2026, they have enough time to educate the people, to sensitize the people, to put everything in place. Can make Soko, money ready for ballot papers in 2026. Nina this diaspora voting la. Like IEC lemon for them, maybe they cannot go to every place. It's not ladol, but it's not ladol. The truth is, Nina itata America, for example, imanta let's say Senegal, Gambians in Senegal, ibol deny kela right land. We all, yes, maybe Gambia mental takelaje is financial constraint. We can complain all the time. Financially, we are not strong to do this. Or logistically, we cannot do this. We can complain Gambia. But now, let's look at elections. How many temporal workers IEC can employ during the time of elections? Can't they employ the same temporal, workers? Or all the countries in the world, Gambia will be damaged. That's very cheap. Some of those this is a 1 day or 2 days program or process. Some of those things is all from sort of free of charge. In connection with the embassy member Bangkok, it was at very little cost or even at no cost at all. Also conduct everyone can take part in deciding for your country. But IEC, the problem not even IEC. The problem with our government officials, most of them is concerning Gambians outside or abroad is Europe, America, abanda. It's like Ibeka lafile kata Europe because lafile ni abekela je for isi molubo ni Gambia official solbo ni membitaji, and they all want to have to get that European stamp, airport stamp on their passports, that American immigration stamp on their passports. What about the other countries? What about those in Congo, those in Angola, those in Nigeria? They are also Gambians. But it will focus Europe, America. And I believe you, that is the reason, main reason about they can handing atre bakela. They will go to some countries, but it's no country there. And I'm telling you this, ning atre bitani wala, they are going to Europe and America. Hani Senegal from alama manta benne. Bari yalon ko ni tata wote be men sotla maybe abekela safe alti oya ite fen sotla so they won't go there. Yes, if somebody wants to come.
I will come in. Sehu ni fen sotla yafa because jama bal benda kono. Jama bal benda kono.
Yeah, international. I see dokula me yalan ko ka foko ninjin manke nyinta kala mba fola wol manke banko din kendoti ito nyana sonna men I see dokula kabura kiyamano waji duma nyana sonna banko din ko la famenna yo tamandi bay tul men beji to ito ko fo men na ko jube yalla ito man je banko din kamula complain nyana talani wala sol manka banko dinti banko din kendati o kuma kan sifa mai na bula mobile me an ko tebe masa kunda do ko wala ite tay ko jube nyana banko din wala jibe banko din kamula complain so kuma kan wol nyinte wolol mambeta aning fana pundo ndola kate fo important bakale because muna important say gambenol finta bakale abat lobdo man dim fo gambeno membe outside ani membe soko ni nana kanyana igana san so ni man finti banda pundo le kate fo ke oto yentul fana la hakol nakara anu sponsor be bulle me ya tinne it's a kate fo ni sa sponsor no nyame nota so abdallah ni ko membe be kamurmurunde même mala problème de man sakunda la tidin baliyal ntele menje man sakunda man tidin e man kaytol kumayandi ni masakunda paraka gambia kayto muta gambia do yatale gambia la population man sia ni pata pour ka kayto mra ka control iba control no la oro e kam modje men ko wal man jara pour ka diplomatic passport so diplomatic passport ka te bloko e kala jang e kam modje men ko Nigeria no lem Ghana no lem na gambia passport wa bloko minen tol brandi dunia ko no na passport ya na passport do ne mbani ni ajira ko Gambia passport ye mom da ba kuriya do ye Gambia passport jabo so jumala ni la ko control na mon sa kula ya ko control
before ke ndo ina se ko ke lod lato ko it
madanta na ko na jibe
la ka se ko lod lato confirm it is true just 30 seconds ako men foten yalo ni for always in the immigration or the foreign affairs office ka dina ele ko onti tonya. But what say ko men foten I am a living proof ko tonya le because I went to pick somebody from the airport and the person is holding a Gambian diplomatic passport.
So Gambian for diploma.
Okay, let's say Gambian ole, but mine position babble to hold a diplomatic passport. I mean, condition le bije member atlante be diplomatic passport. How do you get this diplomatic passport? And the gentleman was very polite and sincere. But sometimes and I went for the which side of Serekunda? Which part of Serekunda he cannot even say. Meaning, handing Atarana state of Gambia, it's not enough for him to know Abisteri Dami from Gambia. So that I would just want to confirm Sekulo Kumoko, it is true. They have our national documents, most importantly, our diplomatic passports.
Okay, jani bita ke kendo ya lafa men fola na jibe la kendo le mba fola na nimme nyinin karo soto wala lafa ka fan contribute al sasa fa comment section auto ni nyinin karo le mba kata ko kala la ka jabi na tara ko la ngamen lo alla comment sol fanan al sisa fenoje ala baraka ke kendo me flow de la
Abdullah ala baraka bake manta diam la diplomatic passport walanto document scandal ngamera next week because nim computer auto is just going to be too much so we are going to lose from focus na them but go besi yarin sign la dina yaja mafung la tayamoto. I can tell you that because one investigative journalist Mustafa Dabo aliala fungo la moile by programo la moile ko last week I menke. So I think that side is very clear that this government is more corrupt in issuing Gambian documents to people. Many alonko, they are nothing worthy. Na Gambia kairo dila, wala kan na diplomatic passport on soro. One example of that, it is alleged that in banka keta, may alonko may drug container kamanang left the country with a diplomatic passport, and that guy happens to be a cousin of Guinea-Bissau's own president. How? Why? At what capacity? So let us not talk about that one. I think we can make a specific this thing there for that one. Abdullah, puru IEC la fankoni, marbles or paper ballot. Ni issue ni, I can tell you IEC la official may info. If it is true it is very unfortunate that an independent body is talking like that, because IEC cannot even decide for the Gambian whether we are going to use paper ballots or we are going to use a marble. It is the Gambians who will vote for this. And the reason why IEC has been adamant on paper ballot is because Molba anticipated before 2021 election, there would have been a new constitution. And that new constitution, it would have been a paper ballot. Well, IEC still now are talking about paper ballot. But I can tell you this, Ning constitution on your passed, people are going to vote probably with the marble, because it is not going to be legal to vote with the paper ballot. Amantra constitutional. The constitutional member for still now, as we are moving at this point, we are going to use the marble. Will be 1997 constitution on Yinkono, unless and until neither electoral reform, but electoral reform also will not be able to clear that alone, because this has to be a law. This has to be a constitution. This has to be a constitution. So this is the point. I think it is very unfortunate that a public official is talking about this as if they have a site, already. So it is just unfortunate, really, really unfortunate. So come on, go pour diaspora with all fairness, I do not personally, in the personal view, I cannot blame them entirely. Yes, everybody wants to vote. But by looking at we just try to implement it. I do not think it is possible for any country to register all your citizens living outside. Mamera as a possible no science, but more lafta menna, Gambia di lafta menna. Banku ya lonko, Gambia di la population was yata gele. Is yata gele for your embassy sotige, for my embassy sotige. Those countries should be allowed to vote. And this includes near Memphis, some Asian countries like China, some Asian countries like Taiwan. How many Gambians are there studying and working? Minimum Gambian so vote. But Bakari, I can tell you this. Senegal, the Gambians living in Senegal are going to vote. You know what this government is planning? This government thinks that they can use Senegal to manipulate our election. Senegal will use election manipulate. So Senegal is going to vote. England, where the specific number of the Gambians living there is confirmed, and it is a very high number. Even if England is not going to vote, Senegal is going to vote. You know why? Because Ning IEC Manlo Singola, the government is trying to do everything possible. Kajeko ye IEC, ye interference at IEC. Kajeko Monko, they dictate IEC in some of their activities. This is the fact. So the independent body, IEC, they must be strong enough. Kajeko Monko, let them remain independent. In fact, if they want to do certain things, they just have to discuss some of those things because they are under parliament. So it is the parliament that they should involve rather than the government or the central government. So government so we Senegal Senegal they will vote, the Gambians there. But come for public platform but on own personal Facebook. I said this. Gambia noti. Mfonga long ko Senegal la ñu pass election e carte fay Gambia le ñeje e ko be gatto fay la Gambia la carte fay auto I will die or you die, but I will never allow that to happen because I will protect my country in as much as I can. So this is the point for Gambia di wole solo nak ngamuta ngambang any kind of possibilities member na banko samal into a civil unrest because electional ko like banko dolto Uganda signs an election, okay. You know how many people died before the election and after the election? We are talking about a huge number here. We do not want to experience our first post-election violence. Gambia man life kawo experience. So ibajala ko nim foreigner dundage. Ye kelo create a election okono. Nim kelo kumasi foreigner they will all go and leave you people there and you kill one another. We hear Amadou Ba talking about the Guineans to come and vote. We have seen the Senegalese people who are saying they come to show their allegiance to the president. What is the interest there? What is their interest there? And on a video, those are video, evidences. So new government, they just want to do all those things. Well, as I said before, again, Banco Dimolu, IEC, we all have to work together. You support UDP or you support Citizen Alliance. You protect your sovereignty, protect your country, protect the lives of your people. Because election in Africa is all about that. So Gambia, we were just lucky, we were able to avoid all those things in the past. But this time around, since we are seeing the interference or the willful interference of foreigners in our election system, we are not guaranteed that we are not going to experience that. But may God just, guide us. But nobody can guarantee that it's not going to happen. You know why? Saying Gambia no la banco dia katefa oni fonko Gambia no te oni felala. Abajala ka niye tuje barkaje ko momo yalon ke manje Gambia no ti kana kato fay e kana register. So nim momo yalon ko mo kay mu foreigner ti kebe Gambia. Hanni si randala sa do sandi keme. I manke banku di manke do sado. Inate ko be kadro fela wala to ko banku din kay to nyini. Bo banku dingol bajala ko to niyo wala te niyo. Anu yalla mo bekela. Ni de mari kelo nyi sabu Gambia. Ila family be sirin Gambia. Ite mankana, ila family mankana, because more Gambia saying they attack you and attack your family. So this is not a threat, but this is a possibility that if it happen in the Gambia, this is what is going to happen. So nyene asabu foreigner momo ya lonke waista, imanje Gambia diude. You stay away from Gambia election completely, because it's not your business. So you stay away from it completely, Abdullah. I just want to say this and to make it clear, this is not a threat, but Gambians are so conscious about their election now. So purka foreigner yamari kaitandila membe poni nyato ni momomutage. It's not going to be that easy. And komoda more protect lano. If you are a foreigner, you willfully interfere into Gambia election. Nobody momo yanon kake full koma kafoko monko tale kaitonyini. Amarite safe lano, because if you are caught, those people will be at the state house or they will be enjoying somewhere, and detail you will be in the hands of the caravans. So this is what I just want to make clear, Abdullah.
Okay, abarka ba ke kendo ilo comments ola betiatala. So dole ngin karo ke kafo ko dal natara ngin electoral registration o bekela diaspora. Anang kamo bekela mol be jella jola pour ye registration o keno anang abekela wati jumala. Bakari?
Anyway, to register for the elections.
Yeah, can register Kela voters card sort of Waraila voters document.
Anyway, the voters card usually in the Gambia it is free. You can register it free. You don't pay anything. Usually in the Gambia, and I want to believe Ning Abekela, the same thing is what is going to happen. Ning Abekela, it be more register free of charge. Wale dalta kake no. But we are in the Gambia where things can change overnight. So I don't want to speculate or say
no.
But the voters card nearby is in Gambia, is free. So I want to believe that the same thing may happen here.
Okay, well I'm talking voters card dal wotumo Gambia kake free te buka fenjo ikamen inyanta men soto la wala yela document also to imma be kala la ID card la tila passport waranning alkalo ye kayto men dilal ka fu me alkal kayto dal English wol ko de attestation letter. So ni wo bota ye comment ka foko wati juma la ngin diaspora registration on nin ko da kala wo hani besamen to tanga man ko dal ka foko mbita nying banku kare na nyi wato nyim tanko wo man sani a follow dal comment nga IC la doku la dola interview la moy ak ay men fo dal sentencing be statistical letter ka foko abe kala banku juma le hani sayngo bel man clear follow. So ninku member nyama dal carte fo nyung molbe registration o kala wato men na woman sene apolo aning fanan carte fo abakela wati jumala coming ibe statistical letter kandal things are yet to be clarified aning fanan budget ol nyen dal me yalon ko allocate al pour diaspora election o nyenke ka registration o ke aning kela voters card also iko budget o fanan allocate al but ka publicize finally coming nanka model dan come waya fanyame ima was senior for dal publicly coming officially dal so na ballot box hole aning na carte fay kaytol fombe wala talaban waranto fombe nying franco wala tala ka fanyar carte kesol fombe ka mbe carte fay o kala nin jumala santentin dal nga jela ko dal na 1996 constitution men for dal wala mabul solte andu nyin constitution kuto men nata nyanta kame accept ani wo man pass no so wayatande la ko dal benyen carte kesol leta carte fo be kala wala dal so nin nata kaytol la inya e ka fo men na coming mo nin registration o be kala diaspora kayto jumal la nyanta kata kal hakilo bulandi ko te kedo no nimmen be diaspora wo jama mosa fo dal mo muka tama imam passport soto so ila passport on jikita be kala wolti dal hana tara expire ta dal nga jiki itol be nyanta silo soto no la pour ila passport iba use no la nyami bari wo kola mo bukata banta fanan mo jama asike no mol dol bul la nyinoti bari mol bukata sabatirim banta ya jako ila passport ita fa bam fena wo tumo e ma renew dal so wokat asisoto no bara nan kamo kadal so registration o sike na nu wala te passport wala ID card ila birth certificate o aning attestation o dal wala ka Gambia so na be kala diaspora fanan anyanta ka kenyu nullate dal nyung tankol mem ngam poten so ntela karola nyina bije comme ka fo aning banku jumal lebe registration o nyinkela ngano tol do tajan hanisa o be man clear dal diaspora dingo me anko ibe sitara no dawda dal aman clear jumanyo lebe carte o fayla anin jumanyo la ta fayla dal so nakuma kan labango be kala nyinati wato mamol fevo bake so malonga le final word sol sotole pro programo nyemba adangol to dal nal alsal final word sol for den programo lo jam fo lo kunnala ningala sonta ala baraka bake
baraka bake Abdullahi ntela kuma labon be men fala walem dani roti dorom Gambia dingol min yalon ko ibe diaspora yes diaspora registration and voting mol be ba expect kanne ko anyanta ka kel but sign nkana na from ko na exon kane beke one basket kono ka ko yes be silale diaspora be carte file le ne na ta ngata carte file in case woman na carte file is carte file no le banta indirectly in the sense that ko momo yalon ko ibe in the diaspora ye family le soto Gambia ye friends le soto Gambia ye mo le soto Gambia momo ya tribe hana at least mo you condemn to register and vote. Handing authority member diaspora ite man can't pay fine no directly, but then you file indirectly by trying to convince at least 2, 3, or even one person in Gambia for register for a better Gambia. Abdullah.
Okay, abarka ba kela o kuma kan malto be kontonam be tantam be jela. So kekendo ne anatare kuma labango sote be man fola jiberlale isi janimbe sarala nabi program wala.
Abaraka bake Abdullah nde kay manja masoro nde ngam men soto be mum fola ñuni rek wolo ñenti Gambia be ale nga funti nga nabanko tanka men nabanko tanka la ñadi le na kate fay ñi man kanata 2021 ale nga tanka we have to protect it at all cost. And when I said at all cost, it means at all interference. Mumanya nakasilang mole nata banka foko mungo mole kate back me alon ka be high position da bank wole ba sabla ke besla na ke la banko fonko nyin ka protect pro maria soto be Gambia di be dan na ko banku di ya nyante follow momenti wolo nyiti ko la banko ya tanka ibe la banko tanka la nyadi fongo fe yalon ka se la banko dundi kelo kono yekuntu anatema silobela niye momuta me yalon ko ako mole ba nokan wallanto mole ba te fasa kan pura e banko kay do soto amanke silodi ni o mari muta ni abulo fa muta yasamba police kay ko ngataw mari fo ya katosona o mari katosona kananya nyoje because alon ka be criminal act keka so fo banko dingul salo nyina na protect at all cost from na sate ringol to lombang kombolomba sate bal to lombang hanning inatale ye molu jurme la defon Gambia nga ñoo suutele so me yamaro kala wala baki fana pour ngana family fana kumande min yalon ko be bantala ngana family ru kumande bawo ngalon ko momo yalon ko mo Gambia no te alkal attestation so nole bari alinye kumande nge yamare adam bawla masa kunda nak ni wotambita 2021 alon ko Gambia we are going 15 years back be mudla ko masangitang anin lulo ni adam bawla masa kunda ganyita 2021 ni alsonda Gambia be mudla ko ma sanji muwang ani lulu Orlando sanjitang ani lulu mbenyim fola Gambia le pribe yamoy andung lafta ka damu do fanam for Abdullah I know I'm going out of cycle but this is just my last words 2021 mbebero lala fu bere wulong le bang Gambia bero be banna Gambia 2021 because mbebero mel la Gambia 2021 hani do fo lawo ko no ko dada no bero lala jele because be no silo no do kula bari bero lala so pour bero mel la 2021 they are just propaganda, camouflage. because ibe bero la le ka tanda ko ni ka nali ka do faye 2022 iba do kula ade mo fanya ken sa molet bero be la 2021 momo yalon ko ila ko dar sala na wala ike ku ko ike la ko da fes because ibe bero la gena hani jamol bero be la han boholol bero be la abebe kala bero la ken sa molet and they will bring in these white elephant projects ye rabadi bu sade tan sababe damanto ye kuran dimpus sade tan kanje no kuran do badi bula just ya jame system ni le bakala 2021 and num programme no be understand kada men kono andi kebe men kala pour ila politics of deception akana mo samba ke kete mari en ko fo e kadodi adambarola andu ni ajen kanyim befo leftal gameno ya be understand kew adambaro mum mo sifalati ala politico bita ka nyali le pour nga understand but the problem today baby me topic go fana kamala and then we just go out of this IEC issue because kuma jamal le kering but be te fana konton na bake UDP toki chapter balla chapter be konton na al bakata kan chapter ku do but alla perseverance ning and alla dedication on is seen all over adamant on your weekly political discussions is something which is notable and then appreciated by every member of UDP so be kala ka fo dingo be konton na mba folal be ko wala baraka bake pour being a join dan jang se ko ning Mr. C and of course Abdullah so wala baraka bake maybe until another time thank you so much
okay baraka bake kendo woto ni wo bota jembe ta se ko ba joka ni kuma la bangol so lafta men fola jiber lale isi o fono janimbe sara la programme on
okay Abdullah ndila kuma la bango kelamenti wala mu nyaton kolti me yalon ko kabo alkalo la ani melbe marade kartafo kenyala isa kata ye silang alala ye tidunke komen luwa ya funyamin ye doku ke komen luwa ya dina nyamin kanta sek me nyawani ibe bole impala soto la ida sayala mba wallan falul be kala so ya kata ye kuke me ya lonko sami to dia anin alkiyamlo non fana nyirin ka woni fana so ne blokon ikana gambe dingulta ke ni toralli itulla nafa kamala walla modula nafa kamala ya kata ko nyina ka nyamen ya ko nyama ya kaito di mulla mel jata ka kaito so memu banku dingulti kate fofana ya tamani ikana kuta on je memba tina fitno bonda mol ni bina bola kono walla kulu be kalaje anin gambe dingul fana media lan ko be sabatin so kono mo be nyana en kaldo ko tide ye loy mo flasingula ka kata fo kaito e mole vodas ka so do me yalan ko wolem gambe dingulti anu mol fana karta fay me yalon ko lem gamedi ngol e kana so ye balan mol la me yalon ko manke gamedi ngol pour wole karta fay pour jaka so kana na kate fo kon dole tam gamedi gambe mu gamedi ngol tam na tiata gamedi ngol na tiata dira gamedi ngol so beya kata bake gamedi da sai ko saman se sino je ngabo wandiya ngada sinna so kono kayranin kayrala Abdallah ngi soto mo molbe kontonna ke kendo be kontona ila na kendo la jam ani te Abdallah fana ani broda bags ani la moydal be mbebe nimbara la ya watu membula pour kanana
okay mbadi ngol bele nga moy nyola so na tela kuma kan la bon be kelamenti wala mbe mobe dani la men yalon ko dal gam be ngol lam katun nyajibe carte fayo ibo ko chance to fo sanjilulu sanjinane konto ko so nyin keda kulete men yalon ko yenga ngawo fankol sodo ko chance la sodo pour nga motombo me yalon ko dal ngaji ke walse banko samba no nyato so nin ko membe wonya man kana jutu nga foko ntela carte ni nga fay fu mo ne bakala etelo carte ki sekilo o kuma batal manya na kajutala so nin ko membe wonya ma do albe nganna kata ko ke nganna dimbayal anna terol kafunyol kata molbe ngi wakilindi pour yen carte kaytol soto ibajal nin carte fay lu ngosita wato mena doron ibe sita ya muta carte fay ya jiki mense banko tamandi no nyama so wakola mba fola lenga jiki alla nyinin karol al meta men nyinin kala membe dande nyin diaspora la carte fay ko nyalla nga jama jabe jela wara nga jiki dal ngi mu me jabe la so nyin kay mbal tentula mbal jayla alla la mar ko nyama kam ba fola assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh fo wati do ala barka